So, guys, we're back here today, and I got a haircut, and all's going well. But today, I want to talk about if you don't start on Nofap, that you never will. Now, quickly before we get into the video, check out the course in the link in the description. Why is my chair so far back? I don't know. Just realized. Um, check out the link in the description. The course is fucking unbelievable. People are buying it, they're loving it, and it's working because it's come from me, and I've already completed my nofap journey. I've seen the other side of the fence, and it's fucking greener. So go check it out, and let's get into it. So my grandmother, my great grandmother now, God rest her, she used to be addicted to the lottery. And what I mean by that is, like a lot of old people, she was quite gullible, and she would buy lottery tickets all the time, maybe even daily. This meant that they didn't have too much money. They out of our whole family, they were probably the poorest, and that would probably be down to their beliefs and how they were raised. And as the generations went on, the family tree has been richer and richer. And now it's come to me, so I need to bring in the big bucks. But her whole life, she was saying to everyone, "Oh, gonna win the lottery this weekend. Oh, I'll remember you when I make my millions." And she'd laugh about it, but in a way, she kind of meant it. In a way, she believed it, and she wanted it to be true, and it never came true. She was addicted her whole life to buying the lottery tickets, and even till her dying days, she bought the lottery. And that's what happened when you're addicted to something. She got addicted to winning the lottery. She believed that she could win the lottery by buying those tickets. She was getting a little high, and she thought, "Oh yeah, making money." She never made money. She might have made a few pounds, but she never made real money. And another story I have is of a family relative I never really knew, but my dad told me the story of how he was a really bad gambler, and he'd win lots and lots of money, and he'd spend it on gambling and smoking fags, and he was addicted to all sorts of bad habits like drinking and smoking and drugs, I bet. And he'd gamble his whole life, and he gambled until his literally until his dying moments. He died when the paramedics came in. He died with a fag in his mouth, with an online gambling game open, and a few bottles of beer next to him. That's how he died. Like this isn't like just like an old people thing. That's only because I can only give these examples now. But in another 20 or 30 years, I'm sure that the same thing will happen with loads of other people that or other people in the world. Because it's not like, oh, these people, like, okay, these are two weird occurrences, or maybe that generation they were just addicted. No, the same thing's happening. People still smoke, people vape, people do snus, people jack off, people still drink heavily. A lot of people I know have drunk their whole lives, every day. My grandfather, he is a drinker. He's not an abusive alcoholic, but he is an alcoholic. He drinks every day. And when I talk to my grandparents about it, they're like, "Oh, it's a bad habit," or it's a habit. They don't say it's a bad habit. They say it's a habit because he drinks daily. He does work, still works, and he watches a bit of TV, and then he potters around in the garden, and then he goes for a pint with a few of his pals, and he does that every day, and he's always usually a bit tipsy or whatever, and then he gets back to it, and it's the cycle. He keeps doing it, and he never made an effort to stop. He quit smoking, but he didn't quit drinking. More stories I could give you, that people who think, oh, it's going to get better as they get older, but it never does. They're waiting for something to magically happen. Nothing happened. For me to quit porn, nothing happened. You'll never quit if you don't try. I had to try. I had to really get fucking sick of it to the point where I couldn't, you know, breathe another moment thinking that I'm gonna just wait for it to happen. I think even David Goggins, I remember I listened to him and he'd be like, "Oh, you waiting for the fucking stars to align? You know, that shit isn't gonna happen. Like, unless if you want to live in the Disney, you want to believe, okay, it might happen. Okay, God might give me this opportunity. No, if you want to be realistic, if you want to start achieving shit, start doing things with your life, you have to realize that you're gonna have to take action. No one's gonna take action for you. Although people want the best for you, they're never gonna do things for you. So you have to do it for yourself. And once you do this, and once you start making an effort, even if you're just making the effort, you haven't actually quit the addiction, you're still ahead of pretty much 90% of men who are riddled with addiction, and maybe even 90% of men who masturbate. Because I've looked at these statistics hundreds of times, and it says, oh, 70, 50%, 40% of men masturbate. I think it's a lot more than 70%. I think it might even be 90% or more that masturbate because it's so fucking big, the kind of like thought and sexual shit, like all that kind of trends, Instagram. It's pretty much just for chicks to shake their asses and post pictures of themselves. TikTok, same thing. Twitter, it's a bit more saturated now, but it was a time. Reddit, Pornhub, all these fucking things. They're all like porn. And the thing is, all guys think about is women. So if they can't get bitches, no offense, but if they can't get girls, then how do you expect, or how do you, like, what do you think they're doing? If they can't get girls, I'll refrain from bitches, not very nice. Um, but if you can't get birds, how can you expect, like, what do you expect them to be doing? Well, they're not going to just be sitting in the corner, oh, I can't get girls. No, they're probably jacking off. And that's a high percentage of men who can't get girls, or at least who can't get the girls that they're happy with. There's a lot of men who are not happy in their relationships who still jack off, and like it's so big, the porn industry. So like it can't just be all these porn stars and strippers. Like there has to be a high percentage of men who masturbate. And I've gone off on the side rant, but you get what I mean. You're probably better than 90% of men who masturbate or who are addicted to, who are riddled with addictions. So that's something to be proud of if you're at least trying to make the effort. And it took me months before I actually started to take action on Nofap. It took me months. You know, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll do it soon. Oh yeah, there'll be a day when I finally do it. And I have all these people telling me, oh, just start now, just start now. And it took me months, and there's no reason for it because the sooner the better. What the sooner the better, the better that you're gonna start bettering your life. Why would you wait? Like, if you think about it logically, why the fuck would you wait for anything? Why don't you just do it now? What's stopping you from doing it now? Nothing. Like, that's what I can't understand. I look at it from a logical point now where I've overcome lust. And people wait, and I waited. I waited for no reason. There was no reason for me to wait. Yeah, I waited. And it makes no sense. There's no reason for me to wait to actually start bettering myself. So I don't know. I would just like recommend you just start now. What's the point of waiting for the fucking stars to align, as David Goggins said? Just start now. There's no loss in starting now, and there's a big gain to starting now. If let's put this in a term. That if I, for example, were to run a business to the end of my life, and I started it now, today, in one reality, and in the other, I started it from a month from now. Which business do you think is going to do better? The one who started now, because you've had that whole month to make money. You've had that whole month of advantage. So why not start now? And once you start, your life really starts to improve in many aspects, such as your sleep gets better. Ever since I've quit porn and masturbation, been sleeping consistently, and when I didn't, I'd still have the same schedule. I'd go to bed at 8 and get up at what 7ish because I like my sleep, and I wouldn't sleep well. My sleep cycle would be fucked up, and I'd be sleeping in or have a shit day because of that. So when I quit porn and I quit masturbation, my sleep got better. My self importance went high. I look at myself as you see those 10 out of 10 girls, you know, these and I'm not saying like your version of a 10 out of 10, my version of a 10 out of 10. It was a nice arse, nice pair of titties, good face, and she's probably a solid quality of woman. I view myself like she'd view herself. She views herself as the fucking real deal. She views herself as the top dog. And when you I'm just flexing the biceps here. When you quit porn and masturbation, you view yourself as the fucking prize. There's a lot of times where I look at chicks and I could pursue them, but then I think, nah, they don't really fit my caliber. If I see a chick that really suits my caliber, then yeah, I'll definitely make some moves. But I still treat all girls the same. But your self importance is higher. You think of yourself as the fucking prize, and you frame yourself as the prize, and you get more chicks because of that. Get more chicks because you don't think highly of girls. You think highly of yourself. That's something that I had to train my brain out of, and that was and I only realized that because I quit more porn and masturbation, and it only happened because I quit porn and masturbation. And you have less free time. I get people ask me and complain to me all the time. Oh, you never come out. Oh, what do you do? What do you like? Where have you been? Oh, why are you not on Snapchat? Why are you not on Instagram? And because I don't have enough time. I'm fucking busy. I haven't got time to be wasting. You know. But he's funny and he's a good friend. Oh, he's funny. Oh, what are you gonna go jerk him off? What the fuck? Like you have more shit to do. I'm busy. If someone wants to hang out with me and they really entice me with hanging out, or they give me a good proposition, like we're gonna go fucking get some chicks or something, maybe I'll give it a second thought. But if it's just some guys who are losers or they're not really that interesting, then no. Or I'm busy, you know. And that's how you are going to be. Now, another side note is you're gonna find that people are just not as they're not on your level. Like there's so many people that I know that are gonna be fucking incredible when they start doing porn or start quitting porn and masturbation. But because they haven't quit that, they're still hanging around the losers. They're still staying in that kind of loser mindset. And it's not like it's frustrating because you struggle to find people that you really get on the same level with. You don't enjoy like the people around you as much anymore. Your family, closest friends. In the last year, I went from having my close friend group to kind of being the outsider. I'm friends with loads of different people, but none of them I really get on the same wavelength with because I've improved myself, and that's the pain you're gonna find. But that's a good pain because you're improving yourself. They're not, and by all means you can help them improve themselves. But a lot of people just don't really give a fuck. They don't really have the same mindset as me and you. So hit me up. Didn't think I was gonna ask. I didn't think I was gonna say that, but hit me up if you find that, and we can talk about it. But also, what would I recommend? Well, less time on social media. Now, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've got social media back, but it's not. If I find, like today, for example, I found myself, I watched two TikToks because oh, um I watched two TikToks and I then deleted the app. I thought, is this productive? Do I actually need the app? Is there anything I'm doing that's benefiting me from having it? I had it today to sell a package, but other than that, I didn't actually need it, so I deleted it. Downloaded Instagram, see if there's any chicks to hit up, got their numbers, and then deleted the app. And I have Twitter because business. I want to sell stuff, so that's the only reason I have it. I have social media for different purposes to how I had it before. If you have these apps for chicks or business or whatever, if you want to go smash a few chicks or smash a few sales or clothes, I don't fucking know. I don't know even know what I'm saying. If you want to sell a few things and make some big fucking money, fair enough. Keep social. But the likelihood is, at the stage you're at the moment, you're probably not at that level. No offense. Don't take that personally, but you're probably not at that level just yet where you can start selling things, getting girls, and that's fine. You just work on yourself, start working on a business idea, you know, start, using up your time. Be on social media less. I noticed when I quit all social media, I was less inclined to watch porn and, well, to jack off to softcore porn and like these girls like Sophie Rain and that. I never really was in. That's kind of the time I quit. I was fully finished by the time around. By the time Sophie Rain and all these girls came around, I was already finished. But those kind of girls, I think a bop. I was told bop. That's what they are. I don't know what the fuck that means, but you probably do. When all like you jack like when you quit porn, start jacking off to the bops. It's not shit. When you start jerking off to the TikTok sluts, and then you quit. So what I'd recommend is try and just take off that layer. Quit quit social media entirely, and then by the time you've truly quit porn and masturbation, once you've really quit it, then you can re-download these apps and go back to life as it was. Well, not as it was, but a new life where you can make money and get some hot bitches come around and the rest. You know the rest. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. Check out the package. As I said, the course fucking works a charm, and if you want to get to that level quicker, it's the way to do it. So subscribe if you enjoyed, and comment down below any suggestions you have, because by all means, like, people don't comment down below. I'm gonna, like, if you have like problems or anything, comment that down below, because why the fuck would you not want my advice? Or email me or message me on Instagram or whatever the fuck you decide. Message me, hit me up, and I can make a video on it. Simple as that. So have a good day, and remember, do the hard work, quit porn and masturbation now. That was a shit quote.